Okay. You say get fived?
Yeah, get 5, idiot.
Mad harsh. Okay. In that case, welcome back to Wonderland. It has been some time, through no fault of our own, really, just real life, which does happen on occasion.
No, I hate when real life happens.
Yeah.
Lord, if I could sit and play D&D every day of the week for the rest of my life, I would.
Look for Patreon now.
Okay, so we were in the middle of a dream, which is a bit of an issue because for us it's been like 6 weeks. But I still have the turn order up, and that's all we need. So we'll start with Hedda, who I believe was exploring the first floor in search of a site of power with which she can level up because she missed the boss fight.
Room for it is, thankfully. So we'll just move down to here, towards this obelisk blue globe. No idea what Scardy's doing, but let's have him just move into this room.
Okay, Scardy steps into the basement. It is pitch black. And at the same time, Hedda reaches the bottom of the stairs into the kitchen, which is mysteriously absent of anything, really.
And we both search.
Okay, you can roll to search. Let me just double check there's actually stuff to find before I say yes, roll to search. Because the ground floor... Okay, actually, nobody searched the basement at all, apparently.
Incredible. So that's 2 focus checks, or has Hedda's staircase been got?
The stair is got.
Okay. Did I originally order Scardy to look around? I think it's been too long. I'll just do a focus check.
Yeah, I don't believe Scardy can follow orders at this point. Where are we? First floor. Yep, minor success. Oh no, wait, no, solo bonus. +6. Yeah, I remember how this game works. Cool, major success. Scardy finds a storage crate and some rubble. Not sure what else you were going to find, to be honest.
I want rid of. I'll get rid of cardboard box.
Okay. Do you want to handle safe space storage?
Will do.
And is that your turn?
That is all I can do, so yes.
Okay. Moving on to the dream team then. Where is it? Oh god. I'm so out of practice, I'm sorry guys.
We all are to a degree.
We'll be fine, we'll get back into it. I've got some monsters, they're going to do horrible things, and that's all I need to know, really.
I'm with my boyfriend, and that's all that matters to me.
Yes, that's actually who we're moving to in just a moment. But, what are you the 3rd floor on? Although, hold on, no, you're in combat, aren't you? Ah, sorry, no, it's not Wren. It's Val next.
Oh, yo.
Sorry, Wren and Todd, you'll have to wait another, few minutes for your joyous gay reunion in the dream. Okay, sorry. Back to Val.
Yo.
Who is, literally up one staircase, but apparently has not been hearing all of the commotion.
No. She's
what are you going to do, Val?
Is this room empty? For which I mean, does that mean it was searched all? Wow, put those in order.
Yeah, okay. I'll try and attempt to turn that into something sensible. It's not been fully searched.
Searching, please. Both of us.
And Valor as well?
Yes.
Okay, roll twice. We get the full solo bonus.
Ooh, gross. A 12 and a 10.
What are we? Floor 3. Okay, they're both minor successes.
Yay!
Val, you find an envelope, by which I mean you probably just sort of steal one from off the side.
So true.
And Vala finds, quote-unquote, a video game console by literally, like, ripping it from under the TV stand with all the wires still in it. I found a TV thing. It plays video games.
Is there a game in it?
No.
No, okay, let's take it with us.
Okay, putting those in your inventory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Maybe I should skedaddle also while I'm here. I don't know what room this is, but I want to go in it. Oh, I've made a decision.
You have made a decision.
No, I don't like this.
You step into a bedroom where you can see a ghost called Fordzy who turns around immediately, and the large, flat-headed rock monster called Hammer that you've already run into twice in your adventures in the dream. Vala lifts her axe. Oh, we've got company again, do we?
Not unless we leave said company.
I think they've already noticed us. What do you want to do?
Take them.
Okay. You want to initiate combat?
Forever.
Okie doke. In that case, one of you roll for initiative and the other one roll to attack.
Alrighty. Oh, come on.
Okay.
Alright, initiative. Oh, a 10. And attacking.
You get the +5 for initiating at least.
I will attack with... What's their face? What's her face? Oh no, I forgot. Valor.
Vala.
Uh-huh. Is Valor out to dual strike?
This?
Gonna attack the circle one. 40?
The circle one. 40? Okay.
Yeah. Looks like Friday to me.
40, where are you? Okay. You can dual strike if you want to roll for your extra damage.
Yeah. I guess home, Valerie. 17.
Oh, very nice. Okay, Valor and Val swing towards 40 and do 0 slashing damage.
Oh.
40 gives a laugh. You really try and stab a ghost? Are you stupid or something?
No.
I love the confidence there. Okay, we'll catch up with you when combat happens. And I'm sure it'll go well for you. Okay, who's next on the list? Ah, yes. Rune. It's your
Hello
turn.
there.
You are waiting for James in his room, but he still hasn't shown up because the useless fucker's gotten lost.
Ember,
Yes?
do you think it's worth us going to try and find him?
I think it may be worth scanning around. Gives us something to do while we wait, so long as we don't go too far.
Agreed.
Very
So-
well. Let's move.
We're going to do a shuffle and scoot out of the room.
Okay.
Do. And I am going to go to the nearest door that I can see and try and have like a little peer through and call out really quietly. It's
Roll for focus.
Okie dokie. Apologies if this is a bit slow. My laptop's been a bit slow today.
That's okay.
And that is a 23.
Okay, very strong roll. Okay, Rune, you can definitely hear the light breathing of something trying not to let you know there's something there.
Oh no.
Amber,
Hmm?
I think there's something in here with us.
Best not to step into that room then.
I can hear something trying to hide its breathing.
It's not good when we're on our own. Perhaps try checking south and see if there's anything there.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna do a scrolly scroll and have a little look further south.
Is there anything you'd like to appraise or dreamcraft while you're here?
I'm gonna hover here, and I think I'm gonna do some appraisal, because why not? I would like to appraise the high top sneakers.
I forgot you even had those. We can appraise those.
Imagination?
Yes, please roll for imagination while I try and remember how I spelt high top sneakers.
18.
Oh my god, what are they called? High tops, that's what they're called. Wow, that took me a second.
It's alright.
Okay. And yeah, that's a fine enough roll.
Thanks.
They have this trait presently. They may have other traits on lower floors.
Quick step. The weapon is useful for moving quickly. Whenever the wielder takes damage, they can immediately make a movement action into an adjacent room as an interrupt. Ooh, that would be really good on my wheelchair.
That's true, actually. Can't
That's
argue with
good.
that.
I have noted
Okay.
this, and this is my turn.
Okay, excellent. In that case, we'll move on to Captain Lost. Hold on just one moment.
I resent that. I'm not nearly lost enough to warrant the rank of captain.
That's fair. Okay, what will you do, James?
James, having spent, in like the context of the story, probably about 15 minutes remembering which way north is going to keep moving north. I believe I'm wearing voila at the moment, aren't I?
You are, yes.
As is tradition, yes, we shall move northward.
I bet you could justify this in the dream, actually, that maybe the corridor he's going down does face north in reality.
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, he's also still getting used to like liminal spaces as well. Right, what have I just met? Who is Yuki Gigi?
You
Is it
encountered
Gigi
him
for me?
previously. Yuki Gigi, yes. Oh, sorry, I just got the joke. Sorry.
No, it's
Slow on
alright.
that one.
It's okay, it wasn't funny.
Yes, he is the old man of the snow, who has been increasingly amused at how lost you've been getting, and seems to be just bringing with him a sort of light snow that is not helping how cold this floor already feels. Currently,
Okay.
though, he's not attacking you. He's just watching.
Okay, I look at him and say not one word. I'm going to keep moving this way.
Before you move that way, I would probably also note that you saw Rune further up.
Further up.
If you head back to the entranceway.
Oop.
You can see
yes.
Rune waiting at the door.
Cool. I'm gonna like frantically like wave both arms to them. and see if I can do anything in the meantime for the rest of the turn.
Can I do a roll to see if I notice him?
Roll for focus.
Oh, do. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you.
The upper lounge has been fully searched, by the way.
Copy that, and I'll see what is unappraised.
Oh, come on, roll 20. You can do this. I know you're tired. You can do this. We're all tired. Right, finally, there we go. Right, it is loaded.
Excellent.
Roll for focus. Here we go. That is a lovely 19.
Okay. You do indeed spot James, only slightly in the darkness, but you can also hear the muffled voice of Voila just talking constantly, so it has to be James.
Hello, I'm waving my arms as well. Hello!
Yes, you are, Voila. Yes, you are.
Rune kind of looks confused, waves back, and goes, sort of mouths, "Where have you been?"
I just like shrug forlornly, and then I'm gonna pull out a houseplant and appraise it.
I love that that's implied to be some kind of answer. It's like, bro, I needed this houseplant.
I'm just imagining oh god, is it the Diary of the Wimpy Kid gif, where the guy's like smiling and waving, and then he just like goes really stern. So it's funny when you see it. But it's just,
Houseplant.
okay. Then me at the houseplant.
Roll for imagination then.
I shall. That's a total of 20.
It does get more traits on lower floors, but for now it is one of your faves, Isaac.
Oh, hello. Have we encountered this one before?
I'm not sure, but read it for posterity.
Sure. So the trait is porcelain. The weapon is made from porcelain. All attacks do an additional 4d6 damage, but the weapon shatters and is destroyed if a critical hit is landed using it.
It's pretty solid. I like porcelain.
Porcelain's alive. Alright.
Okay.
Unremarkable, but I think that's me.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, let's get back to combat in just a moment. And there we go. So, we'll do the lower fight first, I think. So it was Todd and Wren, and Todd's newfound familiar Captain Cost versus the Kalkiri.
God,
as much as the Kalkiri is leaking dust on the verge of death, it is still the Kalkiri's turn first. So let's see, what's it gonna do? Yeah, it's gonna lash out randomly with a furious series of swipes. And it's gonna miss really embarrassingly, actually. The Kalkiri blindly lashes out, but Captain Costa sort of leans back and evades the blow without having to actually move. You think that's going to keep me down, kid? You're nothing compared to a... I was going to say the name of an actual country, but that's a horrible idea. So we're just going to say that he we'll leave it there. Todd, it's Todd's turn.
Okay.
Todd doesn't have a weapon. He's just like, you said you're Captain Cost, right? Sure am, kid. Need me to do something for you? Well, Captain Cost turns around. Come on, kid. I'm your familiar. You gotta give me the instructions. If I'm to lead you, you gotta lead me too. Yeah? Right. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, Captain Cost. Attack! You can sound less like a nerd when you're doing it, but sure. And Captain Cost will attack. We'll do some fire damage, why not? So that's definitely a hit, and that is 48 fire damage to the Kalkiri, who is instantly destroyed.
Jesus.
Bloody hell.
There we go. Right. That was a bit of chaos, but is everyone safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Good. Good to meet you, kid. You're Wren, aren't you?
Yep. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Name's
Yes.
Captain Cost.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Good. Good man. Man? Woman?
Man.
Man. Man, not to worry. Good to meet you. I'm Skittles. Is this clown with you?
Yeah. It's my.
And I don't mean clown in an offensive way. I do literally mean this guy's a fucking jester.
Yeah, no. I mean, he also is just a bit of a clown.
Well, whatever. So long as we're safe. Right, let's head out here and recuperate. We can get ready in... Oh, shit. And it is at this point that Captain Cost remembers that there was a giant vacuum cleaner facing the pair of you.
God.
Okay, it's not over yet then, is it not?
No.
We'll deal with that in a second. Okay. Meanwhile, Val and Valor. What will you do? Hold on, whose turn is it first in this little fight? It is Valerie's first. You cannot harm the ghost.
Uh-huh. So true. We're skedaddling. I'm leaving. Nuh-uh. Actually, wait, can I attempt to talk to it?
Yeah, make a willpower check.
Oh, okay, wait. Question.
Yes.
Let me read something to make sure I'm correct. Okay, never mind. I'm not correct. Yeah. No, wait, I'm still gonna talk to it. Okay. Anyways, willpower. Yippee! A 21!
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Listen, I know you could stand here and attack me, but what if I told you there's a whole host of dreamers in the room behind you? And I think they're much better because they're weak. They don't have weapons. They're just standing around looking lost.
I mean, I don't really like fighting at the best of times. You know, it's just gotta defend the territory, don't you?
Uh-huh. Toward behind you is being overtaken by clueless idiots.
But then at the same time, I want to get out of the dream, and anybody will do for that goal.
Oh, not my body.
Why?
Because in real life, my real body's in a coma and it can't wake up, unfortunately. So it's just a waste.
Valor turns to you. Valerie, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? Oh, shut up!
What do you... Oh, right. Yeah, no, coma. Yeah, no, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Fine. I'll go. But if I see you again, I won't let you go away. You
Deal!
understand that, yeah? Okay. Fordsy goes sailing off through the wall. Hammer, unfortunately, is not impressed. This is partially because he's not really, like, sapient. But he continues aggressively moving towards you. Would you like Valor to do something?
Valor can attack him. I know I can hit him.
Okay.
Hit him, I mean
Roll for
physically.
damage.
I don't mean like I might miss, but I know I can make contact with his body.
Oh yeah, what is the light level in this room?
Oh wait, I probably should initiate. Right. Ooh, 9.
Wait, what do you mean you should initiate?
Do I not have to initiate this guy? I thought I only initiated the other guy.
Well, no, but everyone in the room has to join combat.
Ah, okay, never mind.
Okay,
Then-
light level is 0. So that is a hit.
Oh, yay! I did
Let's
it.
take a look then.
Oh,
So,
dual strike? Question mark.
yeah, you can dual strike.
Yippee. 18.
You rolled 11 or higher, so you can roll... Oh yeah, you've already got your extra d6, don't you?
Mm.
Oh, and the light level's at least +1, I forgot. So that is... 36 slashing damage to Hammer.
Yay!
Hammer gets a reactionary action.
Oh.
And what's he gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna lift up his head and smash it down once again to create a powerful quake. That's a hit, and that's... You both take 10 damage. What kind of damage? I actually don't know. Ba-ba-dum. Yeah, 10 battering damage, and can you both make a focus check for me?
13, 17.
Is that in order of you and Val? Of you and Valor, sorry.
Yes.
In that case, Valerie, you're inflicted with unsteady.
Oh my god.
So enemies have a +3 hit bonus on you, and you have a -3 hit penalty on all your attacks for the next, like, I want to say 3 turns.
Look, I don't like that.
No, it might just be next turn, I think, actually. Yeah, you've been knocked unsteady by Hammer. But there's more. Hold on, I just need to do some numbers. Okay, cool. Let's work on that. Okay, excellent. And now it is Hammer's turn. Hammer's going to retreat into itself. So you can see sort of its extremities sort of shunt back in, and it becomes much smaller and much more sturdy.
Oh.
Okay, and I believe that is all of the combat. So we'll get back to the stuff. Glad you had a good time, Val. So it's back to Hedda in the studio. Hold on, one moment. Okay, Hedda, you're in the kitchen. What's going on?
Well, I'm actually in the staircase leading to the kitchen, so I'll take one
Sorry,
step
you're
forward and
absolutely
go into
right.
the kitchen.
Incredible. I'll double check, but I think the kitchen's been fully searched.
Lovely.
We were in here a while. Yeah, it has.
Cool. In that case, I'll appraise the rubble.
Okey-doke. And what do we get for that?
A 14, but a solo bonus? Question mark.
I don't know if you get a solo bonus for appraisal, but I can double check. Civil rolls.
And I'll have Scotty keep going around. Get towards the ominous red light to start with.
Oh, it is subject to a solo bonus. You passed it anyway, but good to know. Okay, so it has the following trait and may get other traits on lower levels.
The rebel has a trait of stone. Weapons made from stone, making it stronger but heavier. When attacking, the wielder can choose to roll 1 extra die but suffer a -1 accuracy penalty for that attack.
There you go.
And Scotty could search the tiny little room that is
I don't believe there's anything to find here. I will double check, but
Excellent.
there is indeed nothing to find here. All Skadi finds is a destroyed generator, which seems to have like a massive sword gash carved into it, although you can barely scarce to imagine what kind of sword caused that enormous wound.
Very fun.
Either way, the generator is absolutely inoperable.
Might be cheeky and have had Scotty do the appraising so I can do some dream crafting. Is that?
I'll allow it. It was Skadi that found the rubble anyway, so that makes sense. Although, wait, can Dream... I don't think Familiar's can appraise.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, no, I don't think they can.
Well, I guess that's my game.
Okay. So
I
it's
really
been a
thought
slow time.
the site of power was in here. I don't know where it is actually.
You're on your way if you just keep following it around.
Okay, cool.
You'll
cool.
get there eventually. Right, who's next? Oh yes, Wren and Todd having a very bad day. Let's catch up with you.
We're having a great time. I don't know what you mean.
It's deeply concerning, I feel. Okay. The gigantic Hoover, gigantic vacuum, thankfully has not made a move on you yet. It appears to be revving itself up, which means you can either run the fuck away or get the first hit on it.
I'm gonna roll to flee.
You don't even have to roll because combat's not started.
Oh, sick. Let's go. I'm just gonna leave then. Let's just run up the stairs.
Wait, kid, gotta think about this.
Do you mean?
Well, this thing's pretty wide. You can follow us if we move in certain places.
I don't
I'd say our best bet's...
think I can fit up the stairs, man.
Yeah.
Quite big.
Well, we don't know what's up there, do you?
I think, I'm trying to remember what's up there. I don't know. Something. I think my bedroom.
That'd be a good place. Right, get moving. Quick like.
Okay.
Alright, strike team Todd, move out.
God, don't fucking call it that.
Yeah, that strike team Todd? Oh, that sounds so cool. I can't believe Captain Cost is here with us.
Oh, God.
I mean, you know him, right?
No.
You don't know him?
Who is this man? He's just a man.
Oh. No, he's the main character from Call of Line.
Right.
I play him in the online all the time. He's like my favourite character, and he came out of the game to protect me. Isn't that awesome?
Right.
You don't seem impressed.
I've never played Call of Line, in my defense.
Oh.
Look, at least my familiar isn't a loony. It could be. I mean, he's pretty loony, but he's not a loony.
He could be more loony, that is true.
Exactly.
Well, let's keep moving then. I hope you know your way around this place.
Barely.
Well, do you want to tell me what you know about the dream while we're moving on? It's okay, it'll happen off screen.
Okay. Good. I can't remember.
Ren
what
explains the dream
I
off
can't remember
screen.
what I know.
Your respect for the audience's time knows no bounds, Benjamin.
Thank you. I try. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ren and Todd. You've narrowly escaped another encounter with Sweeper. So, meanwhile... Wait, no, Valerie's in combat, isn't she?
I am.
So, it's Rune.
Ash has popped to the toilet. They've requested whoever's next in the order takes their turn first until they're back.
Well, that makes sense, because it is James next.
Well, how about that?
So, James, you've spotted Rune.
In the interest of expediency, I will move towards Rune.
Okay. You arrive in your attic interest space. I will double check how explored this place is, just in case. It has been fully explored, unfortunately.
That's quite alright. Okay, what else have I not appraised then? Wait a second. I'm going to start putting little symbols next to things I know are appraised. So I keep forgetting. I'm pretty sure I've appraised the fire fragment before. How about the magician's cape? Have I done the cape yet?
I don't know, but we can find out. Ooh, I don't actually know. We've seen this trait before, but I don't know if we've seen it here.
Okay, that's alright. Well, I'm happy to roll for it then, because
Roll
if
for
I hadn't already
imagination.
done it, yeah, I should remember. How do we feel about
Okay.
21?
That is pretty good. So it's got some traits on lower floors that you can discover at some point, but for now it comes with the following.
Cool. Magical. The weapon now has magical properties. The weapon now only deals star damage, a damage type which no monster resists or is weak to. Oh, that is sick.
Love star damage, and there are not many ways of getting it.
Interesting. I shall covet this.
Holy shit, that's cool.
It's the secret 10th damage type.
So shout out to secret damage types in RPG. It's got to be one of my favourite genders.
Ah, so true. Okay, Rune. It was James's turn next, so he's just come in and appraised some stuff, and he's rejoined you. Oh, well, slightly. He's not quite in the same room, but you're there.
Hello, Rune.
Rune is going to progress into the room with James.
Okay.
And Barry's going to follow. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just got a little bit turned around. Lost my bearings. Have you seen the others yet?
No, have you?
No. I went a good way in the other direction from here, and I couldn't find them though. So I imagine if we continue the way you just came from, we're more likely to find someone.
Well, in the way I just came from, there is something trying to hide its breathing, so you might want to get ready for a fight.
That's all right. I've been doing nothing but walk for about 20 minutes now, so I'm good for something a little bit more active.
Fair enough. Wait, did you just say you walked in the opposite direction?
Hey, look, this place is... Its whole thing is that it's non-linear, right?
I guess.
Look, I just got confused, okay?
It's fine. At least we're not walking around on our own now. Like, as amazing
we're
as
not
our
solo.
familiars are, it's better to stick together.
Thank you.
I concur.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you missed Voila?
Admit it, you missed me.
Hello, voila. May I give him a little pat?
Go for it.
You see the blazer sort of shimmer slightly in excitement as you pat it.
I pat James on the shoulder, like I'm picturing this kind of has is it epaulets, like the little tassels
Oh yes.
that sit on shoulders. Yeah, I like give that an affectionate little pat from my wheelchair, just like leaning up
in the
and
dream,
going,
yeah, it probably does.
Very nice. Okay.
Wonderful. May I, with my action, because I have done a move, could I try and dreamcraft something onto my wheelchair?
You may.
Thank you.
Please roll for imagination.
Do. That is a 16.
16. What floor are we on? Yep, solo bonus. Okay, yep, that's fine. What would you like to dreamcraft?
I'd like to dreamcraft the high top sneakers with quick step onto my wheelchair, please.
Okay. I forget what we agreed with the wheelchair. Is it just the one trait?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm going to say in the interest of balance, just the one trait.
So I am replacing acrobatic with quick step. I think
Yes, is that okay?
Yep, I'm fine with that. It seems like an upgrade anyway.
Yeah, I think on the whole it's an upgrade.
Wonderful. So I am now extra speedy. I'd like this to kind of like manifest in the sense of like Rune just like fully popping a wheelie on their wheelchair, like pulling up the casters and just going.
I'm picturing, you know, like the slightly slanted wheels they have for like wheelchair basketball.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it is now that kind of wheelchair.
Yes. Fuck yeah, no, I'm down with that.
Okay, excellent. Happy with that?
Yeah, I am. Thank you very much, Benjamin.
Okay, we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. God, these dreams are always so bitty when everyone's in different places. I mean, I say this having thrown you all into the dream in different places, but, like, still. Okay, it's the monster turn, and there are a few people that need to do some movements, I think. Yeah, let's put you here, because that'll be funny. Yep. Okay, meanwhile, on other floors, other things are moving around as well. Wren and Co., you hear the enormous hum of the Hoover as it passes behind you, but it continues into the dining room, and you are safe.
Great. I really hope there's nothing waiting for us at the top of the staircase.
The funny thing is, the scariest thing that you're going to run into is probably Val.
That's true.
And does anyone else want to move? Maybe move you into there, actually. Oh my god, this place is fucking... Yeah, no, everyone's going to stay where they are, actually. And then I think everything on the first floor is basically dead, isn't it? It is combat time with Valerie.
Ooh.
So you're still locked in a raging fight with Hammer. Is it a raging fight? I don't know. Either way, he's retreated into this like dormant little enduring form. So, Valerie, it's yours and Val's turn first. You are unsteady, which will make you less accurate. Valor is not.
Uh-huh. However, it's looking like Valor is dying, and I forgot that I have no sanity ever. So, maybe it's for the best interest if we, blow this pop stand.
Okay. Do you want to flee?
Oh, wait. Okay, how big is Hammer?
In his current state, he's probably like half your size. In his regular state, he's like almost your size, made of like rock.
So I can't pick him up?
No. He's made of rock. He's very heavy, even if he was small.
Yeah, so we're leaving.
I
just really wanted to search this room. That's all I wanted to do.
Oh my god, I've forgotten what the flee roll is again, because I think we had the thing last time where it wasn't in the rulebook. Oh, what a pain. I need to actually write it down. Okay, focus, probably. Makes sense. Roll for focus.
18.
Yep, that'll do.
Woohoo!
You may flee combat.
And fleeing combat. Moving up out.
I think that's like the third or fourth time ever in Dancing in Limbo that somebody has fled combat.
Yay!
Like, generally you're all just like absolute psychopaths who fight to the bitter end even when it's literally pointless to do so.
I have no friends. No one is coming for my spirit. It's best if I leave.
So true.
What can
okay,
I say?
Hammer.
We all throw for content.
Okay, so that combat is over, which means there's no current combats taking place. So we are back to the top of the round. Goodbye, Valerie. Let's catch up with Hedda. One sec, Hedda.
I just saw you add something onto the map.
I didn't.
Or you moved something.
I would never. Me?
Oh, you know what? Movement in a room is a free action. I can get a better angle on that.
You don't think these maps were like specifically designed to stop you getting good angles? They actually weren't, but it's a nice benefit.
Really kind of read it. I miss the days where I could drag my token around and it would update live.
It's much more fun this way, I think.
Anyway, if it's my go, I guess I'll move forward.
Okay. You head into the entry hall.
Oh, it's just Bex. That's fine.
You encounter Bex once again, who appears to have floated through the wall into the living room and is now just sort of sitting watching the TV. She is just watching static at the moment. But, you know, it's how some people get their kicks, you guess.
I've, got my weapon in hand ready in case she tries something. But otherwise, just, moving through.
Okay. And meanwhile, what would you like Scar to do?
Can I dreamcraft as my action?
Oh, you can do. Please dreamcraft.
An imagination roll of 16.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I'd like to put... I didn't write it down, but the stone from the rubble
Oh, yes.
onto my... What do I call it? My plastic whip. So it's a plastic stone whip now.
Ah, the plastic stone whip. I forgot about Clown Render. And the hunting rifle. Excellent, yes. Okay, happy with that?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
take my
And what-
3d20 whip.
That is kind of terrifying, actually.
Oh no,
and
an
what would you like?
accuracy of 7. Whatever will I do? Skyly's going to move back into the main room.
Okay.
I think that's all my actions.
Yeah, I believe that's everything.
Skyly can't search because there's nothing in there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I believe the room next to him is searchable.
Can Skyly peer into that room? Like a focus check or something?
Yes. Hold on. Okay, you can make a focus check.
Hang on, my sheet is loading, question mark. Oh, yeah. Focus check. That is a 23.
I was going to say this room is pitch black, so this did have to be good, but that absolutely works. That blows past even the hard benchmark. Okay, Skadi peers into the room. Presumably his wolf eyes can see into the darkness.
Scotty, what do you identify as the...
He can see a bunch of what you'd normally expect. You can see a large boiler thing, several pipes moving through the room, but you can also see in the corner of the room, or near to the edge, what appears to be some kind of robotic-looking girl. But whatever is currently up with her, she's not in any state to function. You can see a large disk drive in her chest, but above it you can see a small battery area with no battery inside it.
It's going to be growling in case she tries something.
She cannot because she is functionally dead.
Sky does not know that. It's for
Strong.
growling for him.
Okay. That is now your turn. So next up it's Wren and Todd. Give me a moment. Okay.
Hello.
What are you
Okay.
doing, Wren?
I want to search this room if it's not already been searched a million times.
I believe you can search the stairs.
Awesome.
You can.
Yay! Let's go.
Roll for focus.
Thank you. It's like hovering around 11.
Do you get a solo bonus on searching? You do, don't you? So it still goes up to 15 with one person in the room, which is a mild success. You find some headphones.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I need, like, all the time.
Todd is also going to search. So, what, you just, like, look around and find things?
Yeah, so you kind of just need to... put things on weapons, make them stronger, kill monsters,
see.
survive. It's basically a video game in here.
Huh. Okay. Hold on then. Let me use my detective vision.
Okay. Is that what you get with those glasses? 25!
He rolled a...
Oh my god, okay.
He rolled a nat 19.
Right.
I think I need to steal his glasses.
Whoa, holy shit, there's some snakeskin here.
What the hell?
Todd picks up the snakeskin. Whoa. And then what? Like, so then I, like, look at this to figure out what it does and then stick it on a weapon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. Oh, so I need a weapon.
Yeah. That's another thing. We need to, like, search for the weapons in other rooms. So if there's not
Okay.
everything. Well, there's, like,
well-
kitchen knives and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. Shall we move on then?
Yeah, sure. Just go through them and go up the stairs.
Okay, you head up the
Although
stairs.
There might be some terrifying monsters up there.
Could be anything.
Yeah. Really nice.
Oh, wait, this is my apartment.
What?
I
Oh,
remember being
right.
here once. And wait, who's...
I was right, there's a terrifying monster here.
You encounter
Oh.
Valerie. And as it's your turn next, Valerie, I may as well just let you know you can do things.
Oh. Oh, look who it is.
I entered the
Brother.
dream. I don't know exactly how that happened, but like you got to admit, pretty cool.
And Todd. Who are together. Uh-huh.
What?
Well, hi Todd. How's it going?
Oh, it's hanging well. I tell you what, like us hanging out here. Do you want to like take a seat? Can I get you a drink? Captain Cost like whaps him over the back of the head. Soldier, now is not the time. Oh, what? What do you mean it's not the time? We have work to do.
Get off, Todd. Don't hit on my sister.
Now then, lady, state your name and rank. At this point, Valor steps forwards. Valerie Curtis and Valor, dreamer and familiar.
Captain. And Admiral. Yeah.
Admiral.
She is a liar.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
a
Admiral.
liar.
I didn't realise that I was in the presence of somebody so high-ranking. Apologies for my impertinence.
You're excused this time.
Please
Private.
don't fall for that. Stop. Valerie, you never change, do you?
I kind of... Can I usher Todd to the side?
You sort of scooch Todd over to his own sofa, and he sits down with Captain Cost.
Hey, a little deal we made earlier? Just out of curiosity, if you remember. I don't know if you hit your head and entered the dream, but I'm just wondering if you remember.
No, I do remember. He promised to sit with me at lunchtime tomorrow. Very excited about that. Going to be a good time. And then, what else was it?
Oh my god.
I had to do something for you. I'll admit, I wasn't focusing so much on that bit.
Told you to leave Wren alone.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, we didn't, choose to team up. I woke up in the dream. I was in danger. He came and saved me.
Well, cool. Now leave him alone. Go on.
Well,
you can go off and do your thing, whatever that is. I don't know.
well, if you say so. I'll just chill here for a bit. You can talk to your brother.
On second thought, what if instead of you and him exploring, we explore?
What, you
You
and
know?
me?
Yeah, let's see if you can keep up. I totally want.
With all due respect, Admiral Curtis, I don't think that'll be a good idea. I think he'd get a little bit distracted if you catch my drift.
You're right. So sorry.
I'll take him to train for a bit. I think he needs a bit of strength anyway.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll return once we find a weapon.
At ease.
At ease. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Valerie?
Has this room been fully searched?
It has.
Oh, actually, what do I got? Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Pray something.
You what? Appraising?
Yes. I praise the... I don't know if it's been appraised before, but can I praise the video game console?
You can.
Okay.
Roll for imagination.
Ain't it? Okay, 17.
Okay, it does get traits on lower floors, but for now it comes with the following. I think we have seen this one before.
Oh, she's back. Electronic. And is electronically powered, which grants an additional 4 damage on all attacks. It increases any flat damage or damage bonuses on any other traits by 1, but the battery goes down 2d8% each round. Weapons electronic bonuses and any bonuses granted by other traits due to the weapon being electronic are reversed whilst the battery is out of battery. The wielder... Yeah, that. The wielder spends a turn in a safe space. The battery goes back up to 100%. Oh yeah, I should probably dip into a safe space.
You should. I think you should have lost some charge for that fight with Hammer. But
Oh yeah. And Valor power nap?
Valor can power nap. Roll for
Yeah,
lucidity. She regains 15 sanity.
Yay.
And she can still take an action.
Yeah. Familiars can't power nap for you, right?
No.
Rats.
And you've already acted, so you can't power nap.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else she can do at the moment.
You've not moved, so you can move into another room.
Alright, I'm going back into the thing.
Okay, you both dip into the bedroom. You can put your battery back up to 100.
Yay!
Technically, it would happen at the start of the next turn, but who's counting?
Oh. Has this room been fully searched?
I don't know, and I don't think so. So Vala can search it if you would like.
Yes, please. Oh. Go forth, Valor.
Oh, nice.
Crispy 23.
Vala finds a gaming chair and a role-playing game.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I do enjoy that, like, Wren just walked into a room with Valerie, and then she put Todd aside and had a whispered chat with him, and then fucked off to another room.
This is amazing. I'm having such a great time socializing with my friends and my sister.
We love you guys. Okay, who's next?
What incredible time.
Wait.
Wait,
Forgot
what?
what I found.
Oh, a gaming chair
Gaming chair.
and a role-playing game.
Thank you. I have to write role playing, or can I write RPG?
You can write RPG, just remember what it is.
I don't know what RPG is. Okay, cool.
Okay, so we'll catch up with Rune.
Hola.
Okay.
Hello. So, do you want to head up Loins?
Yeah, let's get moving.
So,
Okay.
I am going to
Okay.
scooch Amber and myself up and in, listening very carefully for any sounds that could be something else in here with us, and trying to locate where they could be, so being very careful.
Roll for focus.
Apologies if you just heard that. There's a bunch of people honking their horns outside my apartment.
It's okay. Okay,
That
there's good
is
news
a
and there's bad
20.
news.
The good news is...
The good news is you can't hear any kind of breathing at all, so whatever was in there has presumably fucked off. The
And
bad
that
news is that SG, the little skeleton bird, is no longer sat on the box that he was.
There was a skeleton bird on that box before, wasn't there, Ember? Or am I going crazy?
There was, yes. Didn't Hedda mention that it tried to attack her somehow when she moved in on it?
Yeah, okay, that might have been the thing trying to conceal its breathing last time.
Potentially. Keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah. I will call out to James and warn him of this.
Okay.
Noted. I'll look out for a bird.
I'll look out for a pause bird.
In character, I'm
Um,
not sure why I said that so cynically. We're in a literal dreamscape.
That is fair. Anything gameplay-wise you'd like to do, Rune?
I think I'm going to appraise something, because why not?
Okay, what would you like to appraise?
Let's have a little look-see. Could I please appraise the tire?
You can.
For imagination?
Roll for imagination.
That is a 13.
With the solo bonus, that'll do you. It comes with other traits on lower floors, some real good ones as well.
Okay.
For now, it comes with this.
Rubber. Makes sense. The weapon is insulated with rubber. The wielder gains a natural immunity to light damage. Oh, that's fun.
I think this is the earliest you can get an immunity trait. It's pretty solid.
Nice. Glad I've got that then.
Okay, happy with that, Rune?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
In which case, let's move on to our other fella on this floor. I don't know why I said other fella. Rune's not a fella. You know what I meant. Anyway, James, it's your turn.
That can be gender neutral, it's fine.
Alrighty. I'm gonna follow suit.
Okay, you follow
And I'm
Rune
gonna
up
point-
into the old hall.
Tell me I did follow her and tell me I'm not a complete. Okay, I did. Okay, Jesus. Yeah, let's do this. Walk the other way. All right. I'm gonna like gesture questioningly to like the room across from the doorway I just came through to be like, is that where the weird noise came from?
No, it was in here, I think.
It was in that room.
It was.
was.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Can I take a listen at the door then?
You can. Roll for focus.
I will. Eventually. Sorry, still doing that thing when you cut between POVs. It also this is my character sheet to reload for some reason.
Ah, I see. Oh, wait. Did you mean the other doorway, the one north?
No, the one that I'm standing next to.
Oh, that just goes back into the hobby room.
Oh, right, my bad. Sorry, yes. Would that being the case, I'll happily re-roll that. I was mistaken.
I was like, I'm happy to point the room. I'm happy to point to the door that it came from.
Was it this one?
I thought we were talking about this door here.
Ah. Yes, I will listen at that one then.
Okay. Hilariously enough, Rune, am I correct in thinking James doesn't know what their apartment looks like?
Yes, no clue.
So James doesn't know that's their apartment.
I would have no idea.
Excellent.
Cool.
James,
do you want me
all
to
you
re-roll
can
that
hear...
focus?
No, it's fine. We'll use that one.
Cool.
All you can hear, James, is the sound of total silence. However, if you shuffle slightly to the left where you were stood before...
Down here.
That is not the left.
Ah.
That is very much the down.
So you cut out during saying the left, so I seem to replace the door I was standing next to previously.
Sorry, no. Here, James. That's where you were stood before.
Yeah.
And you can see a skeletal bird sitting lifelessly on the table across from you in the apartment.
Oh, yeah. So I can. Hey, Rune, I found that bird you mentioned.
It's not gone far.
That's weird. I'm not sure I like the fact that it's in my flat.
Huh.
James, this is your first time hearing that this is Rune's flat.
Oh, mad! Is this your place then?
Yeah.
It's all right. It'll look different from the outside. I won't recognise it.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't really
true.
like people knowing where I live.
James, you can sort of very consciously feel the breath of the enormous dragon hanging just over your head.
I don't have to go in there if you don't want me to, although I fear continuing this way is probably going to lead to our friends.
We should also probably try and deal with that bird.
It does not seem to attack if we do not attack it. Either we could give it a wide berth or get the first blow. It's up to the both of you.
What do you think, Vola?
Well, I think if it's not causing problems, then perhaps we deal with it later when we have more friends. Just in case.
I agree with Vola. Knowing what the others are like, they probably picked at least one fight already. I'd rather at least find them before we get to another.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you. I make sensible suggestions, sometimes.
He's so sensible.
Yeah, let's keep going through this room and try and find our friends then.
Okay.
Sweet.
Providing they're not on a different floor.
Okay, you can carry on moving that way next time. No, that's the wrong bit. So yeah, that is everybody, which means it's monster turn. Just before we finish up, though.
James!
Mm-hmm.
I very much appreciate that you listen to my advice. I know that I am not always helpful, but I always try and help you.
It's alright, it's clear you have very positive interests where I'm concerned, and where my friends are concerned, so I appreciate it.
Of course. I just hope I can keep guiding you.
It's certainly better than me just, externally second-guessing myself, if nothing else. You're doing great, Paula.
James, please open your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
scroll down to your familiar
Yeah.
and give yourself a relationship level.
Hey.
You have listened to Voilar's advice repeatedly, and that has made him very pleased with you.
I actually can't remember what Dawn Familiars get at relationship one.
It's clothing, isn't it? Let's
Yes.
have a look. Relationship level 1. The clothing familiar restores 4d4 sanity to their dreamer at the start of each turn whilst being worn.
Oh boy.
Oh, apparently you get a +2 accuracy bonus while you're wearing Voilar. I don't know if we've been accounting for that.
Oh boy. I've not.
Yeah, no, I've not. Okay, remember that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That makes your axe even more viable.
Yeah, it's now 7d6. Oh wait, no, actually to be fair, I should start not treating it as 6 in that case. So I'll work it out when I'm in a fight, it's fine.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, the monsters decide to move around, as is their wont. Yeah. You can go and mope over there. You can go and lurk over there. Who the hell are you? Oh. Ah, right. I remember what I was doing when I designed this map. I'm actually a genius. Sorry, that should and will concern you.
Amazing.
Yeah, awful.
Okay. Right. I think we're going to leave it there for the break, if that's okay. Mainly because there's some stuff coming up, and also I need to go to the loo. In that case, I will see you all then.
See you in 20.
In a bit.
Yippee.
See you shortly. Okay, I'll kill the recording there. See you later. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Didn't record the second half. Okay, welcome back to Wonderland. And this is where I have to deliver a very sheepish apology. We had some technical issues and were unable to record the second half of this episode. So me and my wonderful co-host Ash
Hello.
are going to do the hopefully infrequent Dancing in Limbo catch-up podcast. Yeah, I'll bring in other people if it ever happens again, but let's be real, I really hope it never happens again.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so when we last left off our intrepid heroes, James and Voilar had just gained a relationship point. James and... Oh god, remembering character names, that's going to be a pain. It's been a hot second. James and Rune. Sorry, Rune. Very rude.
Hi.
Yeah, James and Rune were exploring the second floor together. Hedda was exploring the first floor in search of the Site of Power, where she can level up because she missed the boss fight. And Wren and Valerie and Todd were on the third floor, and some kind of drama was happening. So we'll go over that in just a moment. For now, as you can see, we're on the first floor. So Hedda passed through the living room, attempting not to bother Bex, because she's just sort of watching static on the TV, and let's be real, a bit weird. I do enjoy Bex, though. Love Bex.
Yeah, I've got a soft spot for Bex. And a little after that, Hedda is able to find a battery for Kyphera, who is a lovely robot girl, and she powers up, and Skadi befriends her, allowing her to follow along.
Indeed. So yeah, Skadi made a friend, and Hedda continued her journey. Meanwhile, on the third floor, we had some real fun times going on. Let me just get all the tokens prepared, which I probably should have done in advance, but whatever.
There's always drama going on between Wren, Todd, and Valerie.
I'm very much enjoying the way it's gone so far, though.
Same, it's quite amusing.
Yeah, I mean, props to all my players. I think we've done some great RPs so far. Like, you want your characters to feel alive, and I feel like ours do.
Yeah.
So if we shift our way to the 3rd floor, we can see Wren and Val up here. They're not up here yet, but we'll catch up with how exactly they got up here in a little bit. For now, Wren has a little word with Todd. If you remember, just before the break, Valerie gave Todd a clear warning to stay away from Wren, and again promised to sit with him at lunch, and since Todd is a simp, he's absolutely going to do that. However, Todd decided that, he was actually going to be reasonable in this instance, and when Wren tells him not to listen to Valerie and just stay away from her, Todd decides the best option here, when you've got two people telling to stay the fuck away from the other one, is just not to get involved. So Todd decides to just go and explore somewhere else.
Yeah, which is beautifully advised by his familiar Captain Cost, where we have the beautiful quote from our lovely Dreamweaver Benjamin, saying, "Do not let your loins make your tactical decisions."
It's good life advice. Everyone should know that.
It is good advice. Make a note of that, listeners.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll move on to the 2nd floor, where we had James and Rune, who I also quite enjoy. I think, I don't know about you, I've not, spoken to you fully about it, but I think, you and James plan to be a little more, or a little less cordial, let's say, but then you've been completely outshined in that area by Val and Wren.
Yeah, I think Rune's just a little bit awkward and it struggles to trust people. And James just really, really wants to be their friend, and they're getting there. But I think at the moment it's kind of like a trauma bonding. Yeah,
but they were very reasonable together. So they do a little bit of progress. So they stepped into Rune's apartment and then headed out into James's corridor, which you can see in the north here. And they're being very, very cautious as they pass through. Back to Wren again.
Particularly after encountering the little bird.
Oh yes, they ran into SG. SG is one of my favourite monsters. I was telling the players about this after the session. Actually, no, did I tell you guys? I don't think I did. No. There are several monsters in Dancing in Limbo. All of them obviously came from my own head. However, some of them came from my own head in the sense that I invented them, and some of them came from my own head in the sense that they were actual creatures in actual nightmares I've had. And SG is one of those.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had, many years ago now, sometime at uni, I had a nightmare that SG was following me down this corridor, and every time I turned around it was there, and then every time I started walking I would see it move somewhere else. And I can't tell you what other thing it did, because we've not seen... Oh no, we did see it, didn't we? And then when I went to try and touch it, this spear came out of nowhere and tried to kill me.
Ow.
So yeah, a bit of a nightmare scenario.
See, most of the time with me and nightmares, it's real people. Rather than monsters.
Yeah, no, I've had some
the one
weird
difference
ones.
with that is big black dogs.
Ah, I see. The Grim.
They were a recurring nightmare feature for me for a while. But I hope.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll briefly catch up with Wren. You can see this room that Valerie is currently in. You can't really tell from here because it's very, very dark, but there are 3 different monsters in this room. So as Wren peered into the doorway to check, he could hear an angry-looking boy who was frustrated that he couldn't enter a particular room and that a force was keeping him out. And while he may not know what it is, we of course know it's because the Curtis bedroom is a safe space.
Indeed.
So he doesn't notice Wren, but the enormous monster you can see there, Harnack, is looking around. So Wren decides for the time being not to go in.
which I think is very sensible. And in the meantime, Hedda actually finds the Site of Power and is able to level up.
Indeed.
And in case you don't remember, Sites of Power are where we killed a Silent Eli, the boss monster of the previous floor, and was not there, unfortunately, when we took him down. So she had to go find the place where we found it, where we killed him. And she takes Dream Glitch as her art.
Indeed.
Which we've already seen, but is freaky.
Yeah, I believe Val's made good use of it so far, is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Hedda manages to level up. The Sites of Power also do not necessarily just limit our players, but NPCs like Todd, who also missed the boss fight, could also potentially go down there and level up at some point. Although if that does happen, it'll probably be off screen. Unless we all want to like accompany Todd to the first floor.
I haven't decided how I feel about Todd yet.
That is absolutely fair. I really like Todd. He's one of my favourite NPCs. But I can fully accept that he makes the worst first impression any NPC has ever made.
I think Missy's up there for a not great first impression for me.
Missy. Oh yeah, no, that is fair as well. See, the difference between those two is that Missy is slightly less planned than Todd, and therefore doesn't have a reason to be a bitch, whereas Todd does have some explanations as for his behaviour.
I think that makes Missy worse.
Yeah, you can freely hate Missy.
Wonderful.
So back to the third floor.
Wren does end up encountering even more monsters and is terrified silent.
Indeed. So
he runs into Joker.
He does. So we've seen Joker a couple of times before, and we've seen Ace a couple of times before. I'm sure my players, and potentially also my viewers, have come to recognise that they've both mentioned they've got a bet riding, and they've both mentioned different dreamers.
Mm-hmm.
So Joker's bet is on Val and Wren, and Ace's bet is on James and Rune.
I note that Hedda's not anywhere in the bet.
Indeed, Hedda's a bit of a wild card at the moment. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. I really enjoy Joker and Ace. I've mentioned a couple of times I did test campaigns with these players beforehand, and Joker and Ace were in those, but not really used to their fullest extent. So my players still don't quite know what their deal is.
Ace freaked me out a little bit.
Ace is scary, and we'll see a lot more of that potentially.
Yeah, I'm not going to say why, because but Ace is scary.
Yeah. So yeah, Wren decides to travel through the room by rolling to hide. So he's successfully able to conceal himself and move up to that bedroom-looking area you can see in the north. And again turns down the radiators. So I think we've had 3 different rooms on this floor that have been had their radiators up to max, which means 3 of them have now been turned down. As for why that is important, we'll find out later. And then, of course, my classic quote, Wren, Radiator Inspector, because we are all just Deltarune fans at the end of the day, and if we can't inspect beds, we'll inspect radiators.
And while Wren is off inspecting radiators, Valerie decides to go and explore, running into the exact same horde of monsters that Wren had snuck past, and decides to try and pick a fight with one of them in true Val fashion. Yeah,
it's very unsurprising that they both approach that in completely opposite ways.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Valerie's actions regularly leave me sitting with my head in my hands.
I really enjoy Val because she is like Ari is so good at not what's the phrase? Not min-maxing. She is fully it's what my character would do.
Yeah.
Which I think is really fun for Dancing in Limbo, because I think the game works better when you make personal choices or bad decisions or things like that. So yeah, I really enjoy Val. I wouldn't say I play favourites, but Ari's characters in previous campaigns I've done with her have been my favourites, so it'll be no surprise if Val shoots up there. Where are we going? Oh yeah, so Rune does a bit of searching, does a bit of storing, Generally, if a player is moving around and not doing anything else, they are searching or appraising. It is just the way Dancing in Limbo goes.
Yeah.
But they encounter, and I will bring up his token because it's very important that we see how big he is.
It is so important.
The answer is he's just a little guy.
He's such a little guy.
There he is. They encounter Mr. Silly Goofy. As you can imagine, in a game like this, that is met with immediate suspicion.
Yes.
So Rune shows or tells James what they've seen in the corridor on their way down.
Yeah, and after that, James cautiously decides to approach said Mr. Silly Goofy, who stops skipping and decides to tell James a joke about a fire at the circus that was intense. Play on words. Intense. Both then take some time to think of some more jokes, as Mr. Silly Goofy makes a point of wanting James to laugh at his jokes. Which leads to Krow/Wren making the beautiful quote of "retrieve this clown for me."
Krow is our big clown fan in this little campaign. I ran a monster catching campaign a couple of years back, and Krow single-handedly collected every single clown creature he could, and I included lots specifically because he was playing. It was good fun. So yeah, Krow demanded that they retrieve the clown, but they were unable to befriend him quite yet. They've not told enough jokes.
No, not yet.
So Val starts combat, and she was feeling quite confident at the beginning when she saw Harnack and the other monster, Warren. Is it Warren? Yeah. And then when I started rolling for initiative and I rolled for the third monster in the room that she hadn't seen, that was when she decided that she was going to get the hell out of there. So Val immediately rolls to flee immediately after starting the fight, and runs into Wren, who is also hanging out in this room up north. As you can see, there is only one exit, and it is those three monsters.
Yeah, they end up having an argument, unsurprisingly, where Wren states, "Sorry, there's a witch in front of me and I'm finding it distracting." And Wren refuses to believe Valerie until he hears from Rune that they're friends.
So yeah, we talked briefly about this in the last session. Val attempted to tell Wren that she'd been thrown into floor 13 or whatever it was, and that she'd had this really bad time, and Wren didn't believe her. Me and Ari had talked about it after the session. I said it's a shame that Ari wasn't in the dream after that, because Vala could have told him the truth. Which actually did happen in this argument. Vala explains that Valerie's very stressed because she had this stressful time. And Wren comes up with the excellent point that she is still a part of Valerie, and therefore he can't really take her seriously.
Yeah. And consequently, Wren says, "I need some time to myself, Valerie. You're suffocating me." And consequently wanders off and goes and finds a memory fragment where he finds out that people can be first dreamers and not even realise that they are a first dreamer.
Indeed. So you can see this little balcony area that Wren is on. There is a monster on here, but when Wren steps out, it immediately squeals with fright and falls over the side. So we don't know where it got to after that. But yes, there is a memory fragment, which I have the audio of, so I will play it.
So, this is the strength of the first dreamer. I must submit.
Oh, that was exhausting.
We did it though! Burning down, floor 10 cleared! Holy shit, Ev, we're halfway!
That we are. Alia, what did he mean by the first dreamer? That's not the first time we've heard that. I'm certain even you've said it to me before. I suppose you're ready to hear this. Gwyneth, Edbert, you may want to listen in as well.
Oh?
Evian, I told you from the beginning that the dream is here to answer someone's cry for help. The thing is, that cry for help is yours. You are the first dreamer that the dream built itself around. I'm the first dreamer? Whatever waits in the deep dream, it's a monster you have to overcome. On the plus side, as you progress through the dream, you're gaining more power. This is your dream, after all. By the time we reach the deep dream, you'll have enough control over it to do, well, anything.
Do anything? Like a god?
Pretty much. She'll get to the point where her desires can be manifested into physical form, like Dreamcraft, but instead of just customizing her weapons, she can customize the whole dream as she sees fit. That's impossible. So it's my cry for help that made this place? What did I need help with?
I mean, you said it yourself, right? You didn't have very many friends before me.
None, really. I suppose this makes sense, though. Throughout the whole dream so far, I've been feeling like I'm just an instrument of someone else's will. Now I know. It's my own will.
I guess we've got to keep going then. Whatever's in the deep dream is your greatest fear or something, right?
It will be, yes. I shudder to think what's waiting for us.
Well, I don't have godlike powers, but I'll take every advantage I can get, so long as it helps you, Ev. We'll do this together.
We will. We need to learn more about the lower 10 floors. Things are only going to get more dangerous from here.
We're waking up. Guess that makes sense, having beaten the boss monster and all.
I'll see you at school, Gwyn.
There we go. Am I, gonna wake up soon too? Wait, that's... more writing on the wall. Only you are smart enough to help me. We will speak soon, and I will give you the power to help her. Well, I've befriended a lot of monsters, Edbert. Looks like another one wants to help out. Anything for Evian. Thanks for having me over, Miss Murdoch.
Oh, please don't worry about it. It's lovely to see Ev having friends over. I hope you're revising hard.
We are, Mum. At least, I think we are.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
All right, I'm going to finish up tea. I'll be another 10 minutes, girls.
Thanks, Mum.
Oh, God, I hate biology. What's the mitochondria?
The powerhouse of the cell.
Oh, I got that for cell wall. What's the cell wall then?
Good heavens, Gwyn, you're hopeless. Here's my sheet. I think I got it all right.
You probably have. You're decent at basically every subject.
I just focus more. And anyway, I owe you one.
You what?
I never really thanked you, but I'm really glad we met, Gwyn. Both in and out of the dream, you've been a great friend over the last few months.
God, don't give me that, Ev. You've been a good friend too. This street goes two ways. No need to thank me. All right?
All right.
Ev, can you lay the table?
Coming!
I noticed, though, Alia hasn't been shadowy since we met.
I noticed that too. That's all you're doing, you know?
Nah, I didn't do nothing. I'll come help once I finish this sheet.
So yeah, we've not really discussed the memory fragments even outside of recording episodes. I'm curious as to what your take on them so far is, Ash.
Confusing. And yeah, having played Dancing in Limbo before in a not recorded setting, me as Ash knows what they are, and I am desperately trying to piece what little information I can together. But I was not super that kind of person in the previous campaign. That was more Heather, who plays Hedda. She's... yeah, I think they're a really interesting concept. The fact that there's little nuggets of information that can help you start piecing the world of Wonderland together and what's happened. But of course, at the beginning, it all kind of sounds a bit like nonsense because you've got no other context.
Yeah, I really like the memory fragments. When I initially came up with the idea, I was so excited to do it. They're fairly amateurly produced, I basically just recruited as many
I
of my
wrote a
friends as
couple of
possible.
them, so listen out.
Yes, you'll have heard. You may not have recognised it in that memory fragment. Ash, I don't know if you did, but the voice of the dying Count Vernon was Hedda.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or Heather, rather. She messaged me during the memory fragment and said, "Jump scare of my own voice." Because she recorded that line entirely out of context. Which you guys have also done, haven't you? You've done some contextless recordings. Yep. But yeah, I really enjoy the memory fragments. I think the first 7 memory fragments give you a good sort of grounding for the story of Wonderland.
Yeah.
So yeah, things should be becoming clear now that we've got the first 3. So I'm sure Heather has already started theorising and has just not shared it with me.
Quite probably. I think she had an entire conspiracy document at one point. Well, didn't Isaac come up with a conspiramid?
Oh, he did. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the great challenge with a mystery in something like a TTRPG, especially for Dancing in Limbo, is stretching it out across the campaign.
Yes.
So
particularly when you have neurodivergent people who are good at pattern recognition.
Yeah, exactly that. Because you want to include the foreshadowing, but you don't want people to guess everything right away.
Yeah.
So I actually have. I'll probably show it off whenever we finish Wonderland, which will be fucking forever away. But I actually have a document of all of the information, starting with the teasers that I posted before the show, to figure out what information my players would know at what points in Wonderland, in order to figure out how much I could tell them and when they'll probably figure things out.
Very smart.
So yeah, I've got a very careful control over my plot at the moment, and I'm very curious to see how long it is before that completely falls apart.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It stays to plan, because as someone who also runs tabletop games, I know when your players derail things, it can be quite frustrating.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm very excited for Wonderland. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, sorry, we got a bit sidetracked there. So yeah, as mentioned, Val turns down the radiator, and Krow has the great quote of "Get away from my radiators," feeling very, very defensive. So
understandably.
Yeah. If we pop back to the second floor,
we get Rune and James and Mr. Silly Goofy, where the jokes do indeed continue between the 3 of them, and Rune tells a mushroom joke that I actually do remember. So they said, why did people invite the mushroom to the party? It's because he was such a fun guy.
Incredible. Flawless.
And so there's some bouncing back and forth, particularly between James and Mr. Silly Goofy, with some jokes. And after a little while, Mr. Silly Goofy is satisfied with our jokes and laughter, the fact that we laughed at his jokes as well, and decides to have a little wander off.
Indeed. It's always a positive step when you can end an encounter without fighting.
Yes.
And in the case of Mr. Silly Goofy, it's a good step on the way to befriending him. So yeah, James and Rune continue on. As you can see, they do diverge a little bit. Rune heads south, and James continues down the corridor to explore that sort of side of things. And Valar mentions how cold the floor is. So in very much contrast to floor 3, floor 2, I've mentioned several times in the last few sessions, is very chilly generally. But Valar in particular notices that on the east side of the floor, where you can see James is now, it seems to be particularly colder. And Rune, in the meantime, decides to start drawing a map of the floor so they can start figuring things out. Which, is a good way to explain why we have this sort of fog of war map of the floor. But yeah, so in the meantime, Hedda was on the search for a safe space now that she's leveled up.
Indeed, and she decides on the way to a safe space to have a peek out the window. Curious, thinking, well, there's windows, surely there's something outside. what's outside, what could be outside in a dream, and sees rolling fog and gets the sense that she shouldn't go out there, but there's a little part of her that wants to go there anyway, and she faintly sees a wolf in the mist and decides, yeah, no, bad idea, and stays inside, very sensibly.
Yeah. I believe what Heather specifically said was that she would wait until she had her familiar before she made any bad decisions. So it's not completely off the table yet.
Not yet.
Yes, I'm very excited to see if Hedda does this. And I can say what I want because I know that she doesn't watch the episodes. So I will just say, going beyond the bounds of a floor is possible and is not recommended.
Duly noted.
Yes, very excited for that.
Oh no. I never know whether to feel more excited or concerned when Benjamin says he's excited about something in Wonderland.
Let's be real, 90% of the time I say I'm excited about something, it's going to be something bad that happens to Val specifically.
That's true. In that case, Rune doesn't really care.
Exactly. So, back with the Curtis siblings, the most sensible siblings in the world.
Indeed. Skittles and Wren find a bottle of beer, and they decide to drink it together, which I think is quite nice.
It's cute. In the meantime, Val and Vala are also searching. They're searching the bedroom that's just up there. And they find a manila folder, and as they're flicking through it, they realise they're in Todd's parents' bedroom. So it's fairly clear at this point. But our second floor is a mishmash of Hedda's house, James's house, and Rune's house. And our third floor is a mishmash of the Curtis household and Todd's apartment.
And this is where we get a beautiful quote from Isaac. And I actually don't remember the context of this, but it says, "I respect your realism."
Yeah, I don't remember what the context was either. I think it was... No, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, James continues exploring and runs into Pendle the Witch, who decides to attack immediately. He says something like, I'm just passing through, don't worry about it. And she says something like,
I'm gonna take your body and wake up in it. I want your skin.
And consequently, Isaac has a beautiful quote from James saying, every word of that was disgusting.
That was a good one. He immediately rolled for initiative afterwards, which I thought was quite strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, James starts a fight with Pendle. And then heading back to the first floor, you'll see that although they are different safe spaces, Skadi made his way over to this one, and Hedda made her way over to this one, so that they could fall asleep and head to a lower floor. Unfortunately, we had some rules about befriended monsters, which I don't think we've really discussed before, have we?
No, I don't think we have.
So, monsters that can be befriended, or monsters that you don't have to fight, become befriended monsters, who, might still attack you, might not, depends on their attitude. Generally, if you've met whatever condition they have, they become befriended and they'll help you out in fights and things like that. However, in order to enter a safe space, you need what is called a formal invitation. So
Indeed.
Any dreamer can give a formal invitation, and crucially, they don't have to get permission from everybody. But unless a monster has a formal invite, they cannot enter safe spaces or, be deployed as your monsters. So unfortunately for Kythera, Skadi doesn't have that authority, so she offers to wait for him right outside the safe space, as you can see there, while he takes a nap.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Hedda finds and runs into Yuki Gigi, who I believe we've met before.
Yes.
And asks if he's friendly. He answers quite creepily, but agrees to play nice for now, commenting as a really creepy final passing, saying, "I'll see you later," which, if it was coming from anyone other than Yuki Gigi, I think, I'd feel a bit more reassured, but not in this context.
I do feel like I'll see you later is almost always a threat in Dancing in Limbo.
Yeah. I mean, if Bex said, I'll see you later, I wouldn't be super bothered.
That's fair. Yeah, so Hedda and Skadi wake up in the safe space on the second floor so that she can rejoin James and Rune whenever she finds them. I don't remember the context for that next quote.
No, but it's a beautiful one from you, Benjamin, saying Jesus roll for save.
I mean, you know, it's good. Jesus passed his death saves. It took him 3 days, but he did it.
Excellent. While all this is going on, Wren decides to appraise some headphones.
Indeed.
Which reveals a really cool trait that can block sound-based attacks and make them unable to hear allies.
Yes, I've got it here, actually, yeah. At the start of the wielder's turn, they can choose to cover their ears using the weapon, which blocks sound-based attacks as well as speech or manipulation effects for that turn, but also prevents the wielder from hearing their allies. If it was anyone other than Wren, that last bit about not hearing allies would be a downgrade. But for Wren, it's actually the reason he wants to use it.
Which is fair enough, and you can get a art with your familiars, can you not, that has a similar effect?
That is true. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. Yeah, Mask Me. And then there's also SMS. I think you can only have that if you have a... what are they called? A machine familiar. But it lets you communicate with your familiar mentally. Which people, like...
Oh, that's cool.
It's whenever people are making characters for Dancing in Limbo, often before they've played it, they always think that sounds really like basic or really like useless. But I'm sure you know, Ash, like the number of times you'd love to communicate a plan in total silence.
Why do you think I've introduced sign language?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, so Wren gets some headphones, some fun new traits. And Val decides that she is going to head south, so she rolls to hide once again, but crucially we had just entered the turn where she was hiding, so she doesn't yet know at the end of this episode whether she is successfully hidden or not.
Which is going to be a great start to the next episode if she hasn't.
Oh, it'll be so funny. Just start the session, it's like, okay, Val, roll for initiative. She won't even remember what's going on.
No, she won't. And finally, just before we left the session, James was able to land a hit on the Panda Witch, who promptly flies away before deciding to throw an acid potion at James, which burns him quite badly.
Yeah, so the way that Pendle works, we saw it a little bit, and you can see it in these GM rolls that we've got here. Pendle has the ability to create brews, and her attacks expend different numbers of brews. So she can create a bunch of different potions with a bunch of different effects, and chuck them, just like a classic witch from a classic game that I will not name at this time. And yeah, that was about where we left the session. So
it wasn't.
Yeah, Hedda, Rune, and James are on the second floor trying to piece together some kind of logic. I mean, looking at this, you've actually explored a good amount of it now. Just sort of, just this area remaining, really, this big black spot, and wait until you find out what's there.
Oh no, is it what I think it is? Oh.
And then floor 3, I believe, has also been mostly explored. Yeah, you can see.
Pretty thorough.
Although they are advantaged in the fact that floor 3 is like half the size of floor 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this in the session, weren't we? The fact that there's the same number of monsters on every floor, but the size of floor 3 means there's like 3 monsters per room, whereas the size of floor 2 means there's 1 every 2 rooms.
Which is a lot easier for Rune and James, who've just been kind of wandering around and mooching, and it's not really felt as like the last session didn't really feel particularly nightmarish.
No, it was actually quite pleasant, wasn't it, for you guys?
Yeah, we roamed around, we found some stuff, and we told jokes with a funny clown.
Yeah, that will change. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah, the dreamers have made some good progress. So yeah, we'll finish up this dream next time from the point that we're leaving off at now. And then we'll probably move on to the real world. It'll depend on how long we have to record, but I guess we'll find out on our recording day.
Indeed.
So, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much, Ash, for joining me for this awkward little catch-up that we had to do because we forgot.
You're most welcome. For viewers' context, I make notes throughout the sessions, so that people like me who have memory issues in the party can actually remember everything that happens. So consequently, I'm really glad that we do this because it's made this a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that you've done this. Otherwise, we would be absolutely scuppered. But yeah,
we would a bit.
So we'll catch up properly next time. And
Indeed.
Hopefully this will be the last and most inaugural episode of our little podcast. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.